tell me about 9/11 and how that affected you as a New Yorker in a complete sentence. And what were you doing at that moment?
At 8:47 in the morning of September 11, 2001, we were preparing the broadcast of Democracy Now! At the time, we broadcast at 9 o'clock every morning. Now we broadcast at 8. And at 8:47, the first plane hit the first tower of the World Trade Center. We didn't know what had happened. We, at the time, worked out of the garret of this century-old firehouse, downtown community television. It's a decommissioned firehouse. And since we were in the garret, no windows, didn't know what had happened. So we started the show. 3 minutes later, the second plane hit the second tower of the World Trade Center. And we're just blocks from Ground Zero. We're the closest national broadcast to Ground Zero. And we were doing a special that day on the connection between terror and September 11th, 1973, the day Salvador Allende died in the palace in Chile as the Pinochet forces rose to power. So the democratically elected leader of Chile died as the US-backed, Nixon-backed, Kissinger-backed, ITT-backed, Anaconda Copper-backed Pinochet forces rose to power. And that's what we were looking at that day, the connection between September 11th and terror. And then we got a sense of what was happening, couldn't make any sense of it, started to broadcast and saying this was taking place and hearing what was happening in Washington. And we broadcast throughout the day and brought up people who had survived 9/11. And we were within the evacuation zone right here. We're just a few blocks below Canal Street. And so the military was clearing out people, police were clearing out. And so we just hunkered down here so that we can continue broadcasting. And we did over the next few days, because we saw as the war.
This size blast would have produced an incredibly loud sound that was not recorded on videos of the collapse, nor reported by witnesses. This size blast would have produced an incredibly loud sound that was not recorded on videos of the collapse, nor reported by witnesses. This size blast would have produced an incredibly loud sound that was not recorded on videos of the collapse, nor reported by witnesses.
Let me get this straight. First you remove the blast sounds from your videos and then you turn around and report that blast sounds don't exist? This is fucking unbelievable. Why does Amy Goodman refuse to say she was at Building 7 if nothing criminal happened? Is she using this as blackmail, or have we been duped about Amy Goodman all along and she is really with the criminal cabal? We could really use her sound file right now. Can someone please ask her for all of her recordings, that is video and sound recordings of that day? There is no way she went down to Building 7 without the tools of the trade. Why has no one demanded her files? She is an identifiable witness to the crimes of 9/11 and she is surrounded by television recording crews fully packed with recording devices.
This size blast would have produced an incredibly loud sound that was not recorded on videos of the collapse, nor reported by witnesses.